is one of those things that I found out over and over again. Every time I go out to eat, I either have really good service or really bad service. And so it's one of those things that for some reason I can't find an in-between restaurant, which is okay. So it got me thinking about our business and my clients whenever they come in is how are they perceiving us? And so it kind of got me thinking a little bit about what we do. We do many different things with the printing industry, but one of the main things that we do, one of the things that for lack of a better term, is the easiest for us and we make the most money at, is color digital printing. And so obviously that's what we would like to do more of, right? And so it's kind of one of those things I want to kind of show you a little bit about what digital printing type stuff we can do. And so one of those things is like if, for instance, you had a business card and you were going to meet somebody for the first time or some kind of thing like that, and you meet and they sound a little bit interesting and that kind of stuff, so you want to pass them your business card and you have all type of graphics, color, that type of different things like that. You could actually print that on a digital printer. Because maybe you've got a startup business and you only need 250 cards because you're not exactly sure whether this is going to take off or not. So you're going to do a little test. And so what we could do is we could actually print up digital business cards just like that. So you can take a look at that and kind of do that. Now say you go and that customer calls you and you want to go out and have a face-to-face meeting with them at their office where you want to talk to them a little bit more and that kind of thing. And so you wanted to produce a brochure, something that you could leave behind so that whenever you leave that they could pass along to the actual buyer. And so a form like this, full color brochure, maybe these you have some information in there that changes kind of regularly, maybe once a quarter or every 6 months or something like that, and you want to do something like this so you don't need like a ton of them, so you just want to do that. So you want to kind of make some smaller type things there, so we can also produce these on digital color. So it's kind of a little bit of an on-demand type thing. Now, one of the other things that we're really starting to get to see a lot of is one of these things where companies are producing seminars and breakout sessions and that kind of thing. And so this particular one here is a Break Free Spring Leadership Conference for 2013. Now this is double, it's got all the information on it here. So maybe you've got a client you've met, you've dropped off some stuff, you're doing a little bit of business, and you're kind of wanting them to come check out some of the important stuff that you're putting on through a conference, that kind of thing. And so you print up the information, all that type of stuff, but then on the back you can actually use it as a ticket for them to come to your free conference or whatever you're trying to do. So you can print up those type of things. Now once you have them at your conference, because you're not exactly sure how many of those, you're going to maybe do it in a small hotel room, conference room like this, so you're only going to need to print up maybe 50 tickets or something like that. So again, small on-demand digital printing. You can do it on front and back, different sizes, that kind of thing. Now once you have your clients here, where you've created a conference where you have invited them in, where you're going to kind of pitch maybe a new product or kind of see how you're going to do some things, you wanted to produce a booklet for them to kind of know, like an agenda of what's going on. This book right here has actually got a color, what we call a color cover, front and back, that kind of thing. And then on the inside of it, it is what we consider black and white. And so it's like a couple little pages, that kind of thing. And so for this particular thing here is the Greek Festival. And so they've got a couple information there that they want to put in there, but mostly what's in this book are advertisements for somebody to pay for printing this book. And so for our instance, so if we're having a conference here and that kind of thing, maybe that I've invited you here and I'm going to talk to you about a new product we have. Maybe I've got some other vendors that want to put their advertisements in this book, so we can produce these. Because we only have 50 of you in here, again, a small quantity, digital printing, something that we can do on demand, so it's not something we're wasting a lot of money on. We can produce those that. Now, say that you've gotten that part and that kind of thing, and now you've got your clients are ready to go, and they've learned everything that there is to learn about what we brought them here for. Now, the next thing, what's really cool, what I want to let you know about, is the digital piece that we have, the machine that we have, is so cool and it's so up to date that we actually produce pieces for other printing companies. Now, that's interesting, I know, because you're going, why would another printing company send something to us to produce? Well, two things. One, either they can't get it done, they don't have the actual equipment to do it, or two, they just don't have the equipment at all. In the idea, the case of this piece here, I'll go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. This company here, when you look through this, says that they do all this stuff.
It's really a lie.
Yeah.
Technically they do, but we're the ones who do it for them. So be careful when you look to this. You know, it's for your eyes only kind of thing, so don't be calling this company. Let me mark that. Don't call them up and go, hey, I know what's going on. But, so what this piece here, and what the neat things, this company here has some designers in-house that do a phenomenal job. So whenever you do look through this piece here, they've done a great job of designing and layout. They just couldn't produce the piece. And so they've taken all the pictures and all the design. I'll pass this around so you can take a look at it, some different things like that. But so they have one aspect of it, of the design part of it, but they just couldn't produce the piece. And so now this piece right here, which has been interesting, is we've produced this piece one time, 6 times. And you go, well, what? Why? Well, because every time we produce one, they'll go leave it at a customer, and then they decide that they want to change something, and so they'll change something and we'll produce it again. I think they're getting really close to finalizing it, so we're going to print probably 5 or 6 of them at a time. Again, a small quantity, digital, on demand, where you can manipulate the information to what you're looking for to leave behind your customer. Now, sometimes some of the stuff that you have that we can produce are stuff that you need to just produce a lot of just because it's general static information. Much like the notepad that I left on your in front of you there, this has got our information there, Picasso Brothers Printing at the top. It says quality printing, legendary service, and that's one of those things that was difficult for me because quality printing is something very easy because we can produce a quality product. The legendary service is difficult because much like every time I go out to eat, you never know what you're going to get. We have different people who work in our office. Now, we've done a tremendous amount of effort to make sure that everybody treats everybody the same, but occasionally it does happen where somebody has bad service. So our goal in leaving some stuff like this and showing you a couple different things that we can do digitally is so that you can pass it on to your clients so they'll know who to call. Flip Johnson, Picasso Brothers Printing.